billion. Canada is responding. Dollar for dollar retaliatory tariffs take effect September 8th, targeting U.S. sectors including steel and dairy.
And that's Fox Business's Lydia Hu. Meantime, President Trump posting on Truth Social today, the United States is giving serious consideration to changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America, in that we don't expect to be doing much business with Ontario any longer. America's listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. Watch TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC.
It is like electricity flowing through your veins.
Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total non-stop action.
No one can ever be as good as this right here.
Don't miss the action of TNA Thursday Night Impact every week on AMC. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
South Carolina voters are headed to the polls to choose between Trump-backed Darlene Graham and Ralph Norman in the special Senate GOP runoff to replace the late Senator Lindsey Graham.
After Senator Lindsey Graham died, South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster appointed his sister Darlene as senator, at least until his term ran out in January. But she opted to run for a full 6-year term as well and won nearly 33% of the vote in a primary election earlier this month. Congressman Ralph Norman was second with just over 25%. Since neither got a majority, the runoff is taking place. President Trump's backed Graham appearing at a rally with her last week in Myrtle Beach.
Mr. President, I am proud to stand with you, to work hard for this country.
Norman told Fox Carolina after the candidate's one and only debate.
There's no time for training on the job. I'm a proven candidate. I've got a proven record. You know what I'm going to do.
Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Closing arguments could be days away in the trial of Lindsay Clancy. That's the Massachusetts mom accused of killing her 3 children. Fox's Brian Yen is outside the courthouse in Plymouth.
Expert witness, forensic psychologist Dr. Kirk Heilbrunn testified he does not believe a male voice commanded Lindsay Clancy to kill her 3 children.
She only experienced it for the 18 minutes.
Instead, Dr. Heilbrunn says Clancy wanted to deliberately kill the children and herself.
She didn't want to leave them, and she was convinced that they would suffer without her.
The defense argues Clancy killed her kids because she delusionally followed the voice's command and believed she would meet her kids in heaven. Dr. Heilbrunn challenged that. The defense objected, accusing the prosecution of bringing up mortal sin and religion to sway the jury.
Now, Clancy's attorney says she can't be held criminally responsible because she had postpartum psychosis and bipolar disorder worsened by her antidepressant medication. Prosecutors say she planned the killing and contrived to get her husband out of the home by sending him to pick up medicine and dinner for the family. I'm Gianna Gelosi. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Tuesday. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, the pulse of the 956. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina should be joining us in about 3 minutes. No big surprise on the forecast. Same old, same old. 105, 106 today, tomorrow, the next day. Although the only change is he added another day with a chance of a thunder shower. Not only Friday, maybe Saturday. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. A Valley School District is shutting down due to the rapid spread of COVID-19. It's happening at San Perlita ISD. They say they will be closing campuses and offices for a couple of days. Everybody stay home. Everybody stay home for a couple of days. District officials say that they will monitor the situation and provide updates as to when everybody goes back to school at San Perlita ISD. U.S. Senator John Cornyn saying that the state of Texas is going to receive a $7.5 billion check from the federal government, reimbursement to Texas for border security costs incurred during the open border-minded Biden administration. Heads up on some road work conversations that will take place in Cameron County. Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority is holding a meeting to discuss a route that would connect to South Padre Island at a second causeway. The route would connect Interstate 69E and U.S. Highway 77 to General Brandt Road in Rio Hondo. The route is said, it's called the Outer Parkway. It said that this route would eventually provide a more direct connection between Edinburgh and South Padre Island. So this conversation will take place Thursday at the Rio Hondo Civic Center in the evening at 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. A new twist in the state of Texas plans for water.
Currently, the long-term water plan suggests that communities will need to spend a whopping $174 billion over the next 50 years to avert a crisis. But at a meeting this week, it was revealed that the rapid rise in data centers were not part of this plan.
We have already started looking at how we're going to project for data centers.
Matt Nelson with the Texas Water Development Board says that includes working with energy regulators to figure out where these warehouses full of computers are coming. And he's confident that the developers will be more transparent. In the future. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. There's a petition being filed with a federal appeals court to reconsider the Texas DREAM Act. That so-called Texas DREAM Act allows non-citizen students to access in-state Texas tuition.
Some of them were seniors that I talked to, getting ready to graduate.
In June of last year, the Department of Justice sued Texas to block it, and hours later, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton agreed with the DOJ, circumventing the state legislature. Later, a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals sided with Paxton. The Texas Civil Rights Project, one of several groups asking for the full court to hear the case on behalf of a student who was attending Austin Community College. Their attorney, Danny Woodward, says the young man had to scramble when his tuition soared.
That happened to students across Texas, tens of thousands of them. They just suddenly were enrolled in school. Some of them were seniors that I talked to, getting ready to graduate, and suddenly they no longer had access to in-state tuition, and a lot of them actually had to drop out.
Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
It's 7:09 on the Valley's Morning News. We want to say thank you, good morning to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch for all the best Purina nutrition for your animals, your cows, your horses, exotics, family pets, radio producers. Best Purina nutrition. You ever tasted it, Freddie? I want to tell you, it looks delicious, right? Martin Farm and Ranch. Let's stop by and say hi to Dougie from us. Meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us and added another thunderstorm word, this time maybe for Saturday. So welcome back, Jason. So Friday and Saturday, if it happens, like, what's the chance that maybe we'll get a thunder shower in the area?
Yeah, it's pretty slim, but, counter to the fact that it will be fairly slim, it does look like it'll be the product of a front that's up in northern Texas. So they are starting to get a little bit further down, but
bring it. We need a cool front.
It's just, if you look at the forecasted surface map, it washes out as it gets into northern Texas, but it is making it into northern Texas.
This will be a good time to go to Lubbock, go see my dad-in-law, my apa, and enjoy a cool front up there. Just bring it, man. Bring it down here. We'll be there soon. I was, Freddie and I were just amazed. We're looking at each other. Dude, it's September already, so eventually we might get a cool front here.
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at Houston over the weekend, they go from 102 tomorrow, Thursday 100, Friday down to 95, 96 Saturday, and 94 Sunday.
All right, so I'm going to take out those members only jackets, those windbreakers. Let's see here. The tropics. Nothing on the computers, 7-10 days or what?
Nothing that's going to impact us. They're watching likely development off the Cape Verdes. That one's aimed at the Leeward Islands, so the northern islands of the chain out there in the Caribbean. So that would have the tendency to hook off to the north and not be of impact.
A fish
to us,
storm.
but
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing for us. And anything interesting for Texas travel, or just sizzling hot? And just be careful.
Blazing heat here. Just crazy hot. 106 in Dallas again today, I believe. Yeah, 106 in Dallas, San Antonio 102, and that's just it. Hot.
The AccuWeather forecast again comes with a heat alert for the area. Thank you to Danny, Vela, all the gang at Lee's Pharmacy, North and South McAllen. Go get some sizzling bacon, some eggs over easy, huevos rancheros. Get some breakfast at Lee's Pharmacy North. The heat alert. Check on your family, your vulnerable family. Make sure the AC is on. Hey, abuelita. Hey, is the AC on? And check those car seats. You're walking into H-E butt. Check those car seats. Make sure there's no baby inside that vehicle. That's a heat alert. 105 today, 105 tomorrow, 104 Thursday. I think you just change the numbers around just to make it sound interesting, right? Because it's going to be like 105 plus every day, right? 104, 103.
It's going to feel like it for sure with the humidity.
All right. It's National Banana Split Day. Cool off with a banana split. Stop by DQ, right? Stop by Dairy Queen. Get your banana split. All right, pal. We'll talk to you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Catarina on 710 KURV. Have a guest in studio in just a few minutes at around 7:16. It's good to see Mark Ellison in studio. Mark I met him several months back. The surprise announcement. We have a whopper of a desal, privately funded desal project, desalination project. You know, everybody complain, well, we're running out of water. No, we're not. We got water right there in the Gulf. Just let's bring some of that Israeli desalination proven technology. How else do you think they get their water in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, all these other places? Well, desalination is Israel desalination project. That proven technology is coming to the valley, and it's moving forward little by little. And hopefully in a few years, we'll have a massive desalination plant just north of the city of South Padre Island. And we got Mark Ellison in the studio. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Meantime, let's look at a pocketbook issue. Rising homeowners insurance premiums, squeezing some Texas families. So Governor Greg Abbott asking the Texas Department of Insurance to try to take action to make property and casualty insurance a bit more affordable in the state.
It's all part of Governor Abbott's new Keep Texas Affordable campaign initiative. He sent a letter to Texas Department of Insurance Commissioner Amanda Crawford, citing that the average annual homeowner's insurance premium has increased 79% in just 6 years, from under $2,000 in 2020 to over $3,500 today. He's also directing Crawford to require insurers to include a home's fortified roof status in their rate-setting calculations in order to reduce costs. He's also asking her to create an insurance fraud task force. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And an interesting legal note affecting business, landmark trial continues in California against Meta, against Facebook and Instagram and Mark Zuckerberg. And so that suit in federal court in California. Meantime, TikTok is now agreeing to pay $400 million to settle a U.S. government lawsuit.
The suit alleged the company violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The law requires websites and online services directed at kids to obtain parental consent before collecting personal information from users under 13. I'm Monica Nelson.
We'll talk about desalination, a massive idea project for an area right on the coast, right there north of South Padre Island, the city. Mark Ellison with more information on this developing project next on the Valley's Morning News.
The new All-Pro battery by Steel. Tackle any task with 60% more peak power. Exclusively available only at your local Steel dealer. 60% peak power comparison between AP300PC and AP300S.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new state-of-the-art BMW of FAR show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs. Get exceptional service today. Right now, you can lease a 2026 BMW X330 xDrive, just $569 a month, with $52.99 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. Visit the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in FAR. Come find your new BMW today at BMW of FAR, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. Are you having difficulty getting answers from federal agencies? My office is here to help. Call us at 956-800-6069 to share your issue, and we will be in touch. Team De La Cruz is here to serve you. God bless. Paid for with official funds from the office of Congresswoman De La Cruz.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
What do you think, Freddie? You think the Astros exorcised the demons? They got rid of their general manager, right? They could have gotten rid of the skipper, but no, he's going to stick around and take the paycheck for the rest of the season. Okay. I love my Astros. Go Astros. They're at the Yankees. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Boo Birds will be out tonight. 5:35 broadcast. Astros at the Yankees. Your station for Astros baseball is News Talk 710 KURV. Big thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. It's a real pleasure to have in studio here at KURV in Mission. Mark Ellison is the Texas Business Development Director for IDE, which stands for Israeli Desal Engineers.
That's it.
IDE. A few months back, we met Mark because he showed up to town with some friends. Said, I got an idea. How about we set up some of that proven technology that provides water for Israel and Middle Eastern nations? They take all that salty water in their Gulf, in their seas, and provides drinking water. Well, how about that? Let's bring something like that in an area that is booming, deep South Texas. So, Mark, welcome to the program. Appreciate you making time.
You bet, Sergio. Good to be back with you.
Yes, sir. For folks that are not familiar with this proposal, so what is it and where are we in the process of seeing some big privately funded desal project on the island?
All right. Well, IDE technology is about 60 years old. We built about 400 plants around the world. As we Texans like to say, it's not our first rodeo. And we're excited to be in Texas and in the Valley. We've got a site picked out on South Padre Island, just north of the city there. We'll be taking water directly from the Gulf and desaling that, bringing it to the mainland to be distributed throughout the valley. We've started on the permitting process. We're working with the existing water utility providers, if you will. They'll be our partners in this to deliver water to them, and they can blend it with the existing water that people in the valley use, whether it's from the river or groundwater. So it will greatly enhance the diversification of water supply, which is the key. In other parts of the world, certainly Israel and the rest of the Middle East, and we're building 2 plants in Chile now in South America. It's not a new technology. It's just new to Texas. And so we're excited to be here, and we've kicked it off and got started. And it can't get done overnight, but we're going to get here as quick as we can.
Corpus Christi almost needed it to be done
Came
overnight.
awfully close.
Lord saved them and saved their lunch and filled the glass up to about 40% of the reservoir, so whatever it is right now. So no pun intended, but by having the multiple water entities and customers putting about, 10% of the desal water coming out, that's how you dilute the cost.
That's
higher
exactly
cost
right.
that.
We have built and operate the largest desal plant in the Western Hemisphere. That's in San Diego County, the city of Carlsbad, California. That's about a 55 million gallon a day plant. We supply water to our one customer is the San Diego County Water Authority. They get 12% of their water from our desal plant. So they blend the water and they blend the price. The thing about the seawater desal, it's not going to run dry.
That's for sure.
And so having that flexibility really helps. It helps keep the river, the river that's so special to the valley. And there's some great new groundwater technologies and desal going. So diversification is going to be great for the valley to ensure continued economic growth.
Mark Ellison is with IDE, that stands for is Israel Desalination Engineers, IDE, which is the, what I call it, like the parent entity that helped kickstart RGV Desal, which is, that's what's all the door knocking and handshaking taking place right now is for RGV Desal, for this massive desalination water plant that's north of the city of South Padre Island. If everything goes well with all the permitting, maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe
4 to 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
And how much water would it produce daily?
The plant's going to be 100 million gallons a day. We'll start with a phase, and the way we design plants, we'll build the first phase probably at about 50 MGD, but it's all built in a modular format so that as the communities grow, as industry grows, we can add capacity up to about 100 million gallons a day.
What happens? Describe the salty stuff, the salty water. Like, what happens with that? What do you pull it? What happens? You throw it back in the Gulf or what?
Yeah. Seawater gets a yield, as I like to call it, or recovery of about 50%. So you bring in a gallon of water, half a gallon is going to be good drinking water. The other half, the brine discharge will go back into the Gulf and dilute in an area about the size of a football field. And so actually the water that goes back in the Gulf is cleaner than the water that has been brought in. It's just a bit saltier for a while. And we like the idea, people have said, well, just take it in and out of the Laguna Madre. Laguna Madre is an environmental gem for the valley. It's a special place. It's got unique characteristics. We don't want to have to draw water from them, because one thing about the bays and estuaries in the state of Texas, sometimes they're really salty, and then after big rains and events, they get fresh. The open ocean is much more consistent. Mother Nature is able to move that water, so that's why we're going offshore.
In Texas, yes, we might benefit from this Israeli technology, but to compare us to places like desert areas in the Middle East, it'd be very different. So would you take all this brine and send it down the street and make it to a pickle plant or something, or maybe a big tube into the Gulf, like far away? Or
we'll be going a mile and a half off
for
so
the
intake. Yeah, it'll go out 30, 40 feet deep of water. We're working closely with TCEQ, the Corps of Engineers, and the EPA to make sure it's done right.
10-4. Mark Ellison, Texas Business Development Director with IDE. This is the parent group that helped kickstart RGV Desal. They're working on developing a 100 million gallon per day water desal plant at the Gulf. Just take Gulf water and clean it up and provide it to all sorts of water entities. And you said in my previous conversation, you said 110, right?
Yeah.
110
well,
million.
we'll permit a little higher, and what we're able to do, and this is where we'll coordinate with the water supply corporations and water entities here, kind of what their need is and when to be able to cycle that plant. They'll be our customer, the people that you already know here and work with, and they'll help. We want to build in a little extra if possible, but that 100's a good kind of an average number we'll get to.
Yeah. Just in case you need more, get permitted for more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is the permitting process, does it take that long to increase capacity 20, 30 million gallons per day?
Well, we estimate, and our designers who are hard at work now on this plant, they estimate if a new big customer comes in, whether it's a community or it's an industrial customer, if they give us an order for an additional 10 million gallons a day within 18 months, we'll be able to add that. We will have permits big enough in the intake and the outfall and the footprint big enough to add to it. So we will think ahead and anticipate for the needs there.
We're lucky to have Mark in the studio because he visited the Texas House Natural Resources Committee powwow in Weslaco. Takeaways from that is they were talking about water all day long, 7-8 hours, different entities, irrigation districts, PUBs, even TxDOT was there, other folks. Takeaways from the sit down talk about water, the resource of water and power.
Well, it's during the interim between sessions of the Texas legislature. There are called charges, if you will, for the legislators to go out and gather information, and they like to come out to get out of Austin, come to where the people are. And yesterday's hearing went very well. In addition to water supply, which is where desal fits in, they also had discussions on stormwater treatment, wastewater, those types of things. You know, most Texans don't realize the unique nature of the Rio Grande Valley and being a delta where they are in the river, and the existing infrastructure here, mainly set up in the past for agriculture, of how that may fit in. And with the rapid growth, it's a transition of the current infrastructure, how it can fit for the growth in the future for supply, and how to responsibly manage that water. All of this is going to be integrated, and the members from down here in the valley did a great job for their constituents, working to listen to these experts from industry and agriculture. TxDOT, for instance, is somebody, they'll be working on a new bridge going over near where our plant will be, but also they're very important in managing stormwater along right-of-ways in the valley. So it's exciting to see how the leadership in the valley is coming together to make sure that all these pieces and parts work together.
What are some of the more frequently asked questions of you when you meet leadership, you talk about this project? Like, what are they asking you, especially here in the valley?
Well, like everywhere, it's going to be a cost aspect.
Okay.
And here's the way to look at it. The seawater desal is going to be the most expensive water. It's, takes energy to clean the water up, to get it in and get it out. That's why it's important to see that it will be only a portion of the water supply, but it'll be the portion that's like your insurance for your home. You hope you never use it, but it's always going to be there. This water will be high quality water for municipal consumers and for industry. So that's why we make sure people understand we want to see these other sources come along as well. The brackish groundwater, got to closely monitor, of course, the river situation. And so price is one, and it will be more expensive. But when you hear a price for seawater desal of $10, $11, or $12, your water bill is not going to be that high because you may only be getting 15%, but it won't run dry.
Mark Ellison, Texas Business Development Director with the privately funded desal project north of South Padre Island. Again, what's the price tag on this privately funded effort?
It's the plant itself, which we're focused on. It's going to be a $2 or $3 billion plant. Mm-hmm. And so, but that's going to last 30 plus years. And we will operate it to the most efficient way possible. But it's just like if you look back in the past of when the reservoirs were built and people said, oh my God, they'll be expensive. Everything's getting more expensive. So that's why the time is of the essence to get this built.
It'd be real expensive not having water.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
That's the most expensive is the water you don't have.
Yes, sir. Like Corpus Christi, they were down like single digits at their reservoir. Yeah. And I learned something today, and others need to learn. I didn't realize. Tell me about the jet fuel refinery they do up there.
Well, when you look at the importance of Corpus Christi in the refining industry, in the area of about 20% of the flight fuel refined in the United States comes from the Corpus Christi area.
There you go. 1 out of every 5 gallons of jet fuel.
Yeah.
Produced in Corpus.
You've got LNG plants there. You've got one here and another one on the way. And so this is critical infrastructure for the economy. Yeah. And so that's why South Texas is on the map. And when you look at the Rio Grande Valley, the role the valley is going to play in the future of the American space program. It's going to be key, and a major defense contractor coming now with the autonomous boat systems that we understand going to employ 10,000 people.
Any moment now, I'll wake up and all what you said is just a dream. It's really not happening. Let me pinch myself just to make sure. Yeah, it's the Valley. It's happening. It's happening. And water's critical resource. Continued success with your project. We wish you full success with your project, working with local entities. Let's make it happen.
You bet.
Because we need it. Thank you, Mark, for
We'll
stopping
be back,
by.
Sergio.
Yes, sir. Mark Ellison with IDE. That's Israeli Desalination Engineers. That's the parent group that helped develop the RGV desal effort. This is your station in the Valley, News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. Check up sports up next.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC60 with all the technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $499 a month. That's right, $499 a month. Or 0.99% APR for 60 months. Plus, ask about no payments for 90 days. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Elevate your drive today at Volvo Cars Edinburgh, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership. Dale gas!
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Tint on Wheels is window tint and window film that comes to you. Cool down your office, your house, your vehicles with Tint on Wheels. The top experts in window tint and film in the RGV with 26 years under their belt. TintOnWheels.info.
Your Houston Astros visit the New York Yankees. Tune in later tonight. First pitch at 6:05. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Texas Rangers were in action last night, taking down the White Sox 11-2. With multiple Rangers taking part in the slugfest, Wyatt Langford's two-run homer in the ninth gave Texas its highest single-game run total of 2026.
Here's Langford, and he lifts one high into the air deep left. And Tanachi going back. He's at the wall, and it is gone. Another rainbow home run for the Rangers for Wyatt, his 15th of the season. It comes with Lopez on board, and the Rangers are up now 11-2.
Texas is now in first place in the AL West. The Rangers are back in action tonight against the White Sox, with Jacob deGrom scheduled to appear on the bump for Texas. First pitch is slated for 6:40. In Astros news, Houston fired general manager Dana Brown on Monday, although the team is expected to keep Joe Espada for the duration of the 2026 season. I'm Gavin Moritz with your TSN Sports Minute.
AccuWeather says no change in the forecast. Yeah, we're stuck. Triple digit plus 105 today and tomorrow and Thursday. So by Friday, though, Friday and Saturday, small chance of a thunder shower somewhere in this vast region. Yeah, it's a small chance, but hey, we'll take it. You never know. It might be like last time, right? Last time Friday was over your house, right? Here in Edinburgh, McAllen area. So that would be Friday and Saturday, though. Meantime, dry, hot. Be careful. Heat alert for the area. I think it's at Lee's Pharmacy. Check on a family member. Just, the vulnerable ones. Make sure the AC unit is on. Just a quick call. And check the car seats on the way into the store. You're walking into Walmart, H-E-Butt. Check the car seats. Make sure there's no baby inside a vehicle. Border Bridge wait times. Last report we saw, B&M Bridge at 45 minutes to an hour. Over an hour at Gateway, about 30 to 45 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge. Business news, check of your money. That's next on 710 KURV, the pulse of the 956, also at Radio Para Mí, the free app. Water purification system at your house or your office would help you avoid having to get into the truck, get into the SUV, burn fuel, go all the way to HE Butt, go all the way to the big box store and get packs and packs and all that, like 40 packs of water, stack them up, right? Plastic that is holding, at one time, what was purified water, but with plastic, especially in the heat, microplastics, they leach into that water. With Culligan, you don't got that issue. I don't have that issue. Call Culligan today for better water, pure and simple water purification solutions, great tasting water all the time, reliable, constant flow of satiating and truly purified, truly healthy water. Just call Culligan. It's affordable, my friend. It's only $35 a month. That's it. For the convenience and the peace of mind that you have truly purified water and the convenience that it's there waiting for you at your house. Just turn on the little spigot. And don't forget to connect it to the ice box. Perfect ice cubes and great tasting ice cold water in a hot day. Call Culligan today and get your water purification system from the top experts in water system. It's a name that's been around forever. Call Culligan, 956-399-1780.
And now, Dr. Dennis Slavin from Rio Grande Pain Team with a breakthrough treatment that's helping people get back to doing what they love with PRP therapy.
Is knee pain keeping you off the golf course? Does shoulder pain make it hard to cast a fishing line? Are simple everyday tasks causing you pain and not allowing you to enjoy life? It doesn't have to be that way. Platelet-rich plasma, known as PRP therapy, uses the healing power already inside your body. We take a small sample of your blood, concentrate the powerful platelets, and place them precisely with image guidance into the injured, painful area to help promote healing, stimulate collagen growth, reduce pain, and support tissue repair, all without the need for surgery. And getting started couldn't be easier. Your first consultation is done from the comfort of your own home over Zoom, so you can find out if PRP is right for you without even coming into the office. Don't spend another day letting pain slow you down.
Rio Grande Pain Team with 2 convenient locations in McAllen and Weslaco. Visit feelingbetteratLast.com to schedule your consultation.
The Valley's destination for luxury automotive is here. Come to Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen and visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power in a new GLC 300. Lease yours today for just $549 a month for 36 months. Experience a feeling only 140 years of innovation can deliver. The choice is simple at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership, a true triumph of luxury. Now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 Expressway 83 in Harlingen.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. President Trump says the U.S. will impose 50% tariffs on automobiles and parts from Canada starting in January. U.S. tariffs on Canadian automobiles now stand at 25%. India has garnered foreign currency inflows of over $73 billion in the last 11 weeks. CNBC reports that India is battling foreign capital outflows at a time when rising energy prices are widening its trade deficit. Nearly $65 billion of inflows came from bank deposits made by non-resident Indians. That's according to CNBC. XPeng shares fell over 9% after its third quarter delivery guidance missed investor expectations. Its robotics business raised over $900 million at a post-money valuation of more than $6.3 billion. Citi estimates XPeng's EV business has an implied value of around $6.5 billion, roughly on par with its robotics unit. Futures are moderately higher. That's Your Money Now.
Very hot today. Again, 105 today, tomorrow, the next day. The only change in the forecast is AccuWeather posting a small chance of a thunderstorm Friday or Saturday. It's a huge area. You know that. Ranch country, all the cities from the coast to the lakes. It's a huge area. But somewhere we might see some rain as early as Friday and Saturday. That's all, like 15, 20% chance of rain. We'll take it. It's better than nothing. Right now it's 80, 81 degrees across the valley. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. Tell friends and family to join us online as well. We, of course, especially the 7 o'clock hour. It's kind of like news radio. It's repetitive every 30 minutes. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and X Live. You go there and rewind. Like on the main conversation of the morning was a desal project at South Padre. Go there. Go to Radio Para Mí, the free app. Rewind. Go check out that main conversation. Business news. I'm sorry. We catch up with the world next on 710 KURV. We got the latest from Fox News. Worst nightmare for someone selling a home. What would that be? Well, that your home sits on the market and no one is interested. The phone never rings. There's never any showing. Nothing like that, right? Yeah, that's the worst nightmare if you have a home on the market. My amigo, you never have to worry about that. Literally, never have to worry about that with the Ryan and Brian real estate team. I speak from experience. I've had business dealings with my friend Brian Reed. The Ryan and Brian real estate team is the top real estate team in this region. They guarantee they will sell your home. You have options. Brian Reed guarantees to sell your home. If he can't sell it at a price and deadline that you guys agreed to beforehand, Brian Reed will buy your home. You say you can't wait? Well, Brian Reed can make you an immediate cash offer that lets you move when you need to move. No having to worry about showings or expensive repairs to get your home, all pretty for the real estate prom. Frank knew that he had nothing to worry about when he worked with the Ryan and Brian team. In fact, Frank, when he was selling his home with the Ryan and Brian team, the first buyer that showed up had to back out for whatever reason, had to back out. No problem. No need to panic. Jessica from the Ryan and Brian team assured Frank that he had nothing to worry about, and she was right. The second buyer showed up in less than a month. Home sold. Cash in the bank. Find out why the Ryan and Brian team has over 700 five-star Google reviews. What you need to do is call my friend Brian Reed today and start that conversation. 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Jay Gonzalez, the Valley's top lawyer. With over 20 years of experience, Jay Gonzalez is simply the best. If you've been injured in a crash, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH today. Calling all truck drivers, fleet owners, logistics professionals, and future CDL drivers. Don't miss the 3rd annual FAR International Bridge Truck Expo on Friday, August 28th at the Bert Ogden Arena in Edinburgh from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. Explore the latest trucks and equipment. Connect with industry experts. Discover job opportunities. Attend trade sessions. Enter raffles and learn about CDL enrollment. Drive your future forward at the 3rd annual FAR International Bridge Truck Expo. Presented by the FAR International Bridge.
If you live in Port Isabel or South Padre Island and your home or business has cracked walls or foundations, windows that are cracked or foggy, or doors that stopped closing right since the SpaceX launches began, this is for you. Moore Law Firm is holding a free community meeting on Wednesday, August 26th. No appointment, no sign up. Come and go anytime. Researchers have measured the sound and the sonic booms coming from these launches, and Moore Law Firm believes they may be directly related to the damages people are seeing. These are not coincidences. On Wednesday, August 26th from 1 o'clock to 6:30 at the Port Isabel Event and Cultural Center, 309 East Railroad Street. Same place September 3rd and 16th. Attorney Michael Moore will walk you through how these property damage claims work and what to do before the damage gets worse. It's free and there's no obligation. Bring photos if you have them. Can't make it? Call Moore Law Firm anytime. 956-400-0000. That's 956-4-million. Moore Law Firm. Principal Office, McAllen, Texas.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
It's the pulse of the 956. This is News Talk 710 KURV. KURV, all the news and talk and information is at Radio Para Mí. Get the free app today. Join us on your smartphone. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The U.S.-Canada trade war boiling over this morning. President Trump stirring the pot on Truth Social, suggesting changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. The administration is waiting for Canada to respond with its own tariffs on U.S. goods in this trade war. From this dispute to the war, now on Iran's economy.
Secretary Scott Bessent announced Operation Economic Outcast, a U.S. plan to isolate the Iranian regime. Among the new sanctions that were announced are secondary sanctions that are actually targeting a variety of different assets, including technology, gold, aviation, and shipping.
Fox's Troy Yanks in Tel Aviv. Closing arguments could happen today in the Lindsay Clancy trial. The Massachusetts mom accused of killing her 3 little children. The judge turned down a mistrial request from the defense on Monday. America's listening to Fox News.
A Valley School District is going to shut down for a couple of days to try to stop the rapid spread of COVID-19 at the moment. That school district is the San Perlita ISD, and they'll provide regular updates as to when they will reopen for all students and staff. State of Texas will be receiving $7.5 billion from the federal government reimbursement for some of the money that the state of Texas spent on border security efforts during the open border-minded Biden administration. 13 minutes to the hour on the Valley's Morning News. Heads up on a Cameron County conversation on roads this coming Thursday evening at the Rio Hondo Civic Center. Cameron County Regional Mobility Authority will be talking about a route that some say would be a more direct route from Edinburgh to South Padre Island for that second causeway. And the leader at Buc-ee's, the owner of Buc-ee's, is determined to apply common sense to his business. He says no more business, no Buc-ee's in states where there is hate, in his opinion.
Beaver Applin has never tried to hide his politics. He's donated his personal wealth to Texas Republicans, but that's now moving to his business dealings. Speaking at a store opening in Arkansas, he said that when it comes to expansion, he only wants to do business in GOP-led states.
When you find a conservative, business-friendly state, it makes a difference.
Buc-ee's opened its first location in Ohio this year, where Republicans dominate. The company planning new stores in Louisiana, Kansas, and Wisconsin by the end of the year. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us on social media. Yes, we got a channel on YouTube, 710 KURV, Facebook, X as well. If you missed any of the reports, conversations, interviews, rewind. Go there and go take a look at those conversations, like the live conversation taking place at the 7 o'clock hour. Thank you much for joining us on 710 KURV, your station in the Valley for Astros baseball.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Of all the systems that you need to check at your office, at your building, the one that you don't see is the one that could get you in trouble and shut you down for quite a bit. It'd be very expensive. In fact, if the mess and the damage and people being hurt as a result of water coming down at you from that weak roofing system, that in some cases might permanently shut you down. God forbid, lawsuits and all that nasty stuff. Be proactive and make the call to the top commercial roofer in this entire region. You don't see the commercial roofing system. In fact, you take a ladder up there. You're brave enough to go up there. Let me see. There's an old sneaker over there. Look at that. There's a dead bird. Well, you don't know what to look for? The folks at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, they do. Almost 130 years expertise. They know the materials and the top workmanship that goes into a well-built, sturdy roofing system. It's in their name, waterproofing. That's the whole idea. And again, for free, gratis, no expense to you, all your buildings, have them checked by the top experts in commercial roofing, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. This is how they want to meet you. Just exchange contact information. If there's nothing wrong, they'll tell you. If you need a little bit of work, you really should listen to them. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing is at 956-655-6178.
Do you care for a family loved one over the age of 60, suffering from chronic or debilitating illness such as Alzheimer's disease? Are you overwhelmed? Do you have difficulty managing your emotions or balancing your life? Caregiver SOS by the WellMed Charitable Foundation can help. We offer the resources you need to take care of your loved one and yourself. Our services include one-to-one caregiving coaching, educational resources, support groups, and a life-changing program to help manage your stress. You are not alone. We can help you. Our programs are free, bilingual, and across the Rio Grande Valley. To find out more, contact us at 956-406-6302. That's 956-406-6302. Or visit our website at www.caregiversos.org. Caregiver SOS, helping family caregivers continue caring and living well. Programs partially funded by the Area Agency on Aging of the LRGV DC.
Be part of the KURV family. Like us on Facebook at 710 KURV.
AccuWeather says highs today 105. That's a heat alert for the area. Same thing for the remainder of the week. The only change in the forecast, the write-up,